Cali bonita, eres un Edén de valles hermosos y lindas mujeres que siempre soñé.
In this video, we're going to talk about life in Cali, Colombia, and is it really what you expect? Now, I've been for a couple of weeks now, but like I mentioned in other videos, this is not my first time traveling here to Colombia. So, I've been here many times, and each time I do come, it's always a different experience. This trip, since it is time for me to get my routine cleaning done with my teeth, I went to the dentist. And as I've seen coming here to Colombia, some of you motherfuckers need to go to a dentist, especially when you're in a different country. Why? Because it is way much cheaper than it is most likely where you're coming from, whether it's being Europe, Canada, or the US. So what I just done, which was my routine cleaning every 6 months, is something, if it's about that time when you're here, not even here but just in a different country, respect yourself and get your fucking teeth done. When I mean get your teeth done, I mean whether it needs to be fixed, meaning you need some type of Invisalign or braces, or just like me, just a routine cleaning. But if your teeth is fucked up, because on the trip coming here, you know when you see somebody and they look like they're American or they're from some country that you know of, and you wait for them to talk, and then once they open up their mouth, their teeth look like picket fences with big ass gaps in the middle going all the way around on both arches. You come here, you spend all this money to come here, get your fucking teeth clean, get them done, get them fixed, whatever. Colombia, as I mentioned, it's all about aesthetics here. It's way different than any other country I've been in South America. Way different than Guyana. Very much different than Brazil. Here, people, men and women, when it comes to aesthetics, self-care, like I mentioned, they take it seriously. As you should also, especially in a different country when you have an advantage of your money being more than their currency. So, again, take advantage of that. So life here in Cali, Colombia is very much what I expect it to be. There's no beaches around here. So what do I do on a daily basis? I do the same thing here as I would if I was back home or in any other country, which is working out, trying to eat as healthy as I can, and during my free time, reunite with the people that I've known here for years. So I'm doing the same shit here as I would, like I mentioned, back home or anywhere else in the world. Oh yeah, and also I make sure I keep up with the local news just to see what's going on in the country that I'm currently in. You know, I don't want to be blindfolded and don't catch up on exactly what's going on in current time. So I do watch local news, and with that, I watch news of especially the countries that I do like or enjoy repeating and going to again and over and over and over again. I watch their news channel that's on YouTube just to see what's going on with their politics, the weather, current events, which includes the good and the bad. There is no such thing as a perfect country. I keep trying to get that in people's head. Wherever you go, wherever you travel to, it may not be you, but somebody had a fucked up experience in that particular city, in that country. So no matter where you travel to in the world, most likely that country's fucked up in some kind of way. So you might be traveling for leisure, for your vacation, or as some say, for your holiday. But again, somebody had a fucked up experience in that particular city. The same place that you just visited, another person hate that place and will never go to that place. So what does that mean? That means that no matter where you go in the world, you might be trying to run away from problems or a problem, but eventually, if you travel to that particular country, to certain cities enough times, something's going to happen. and it's not going to be all good. So you gotta be prepared for that. You know, as soon as you land, knowing that yes, you could have a bad experience, but again, also you can't just blame the whole country for a particular experience you had in one city within the whole country. So always be prepared for that. You know, as soon as you land, it could be even at the airport. That's where your fucked up experiences may start. I've heard a lot of horror stories about that also. That once they leave the airport, they want to get back on the plane and go back to where they're from or to just another country because it was that of a bad experience right there at the airport, and that starts your trip. But most people on YouTube, they're not going to talk about that because it's going to fuck up their revenue. So they just hide that and just show all the good things, all the good parts that they have experienced. When in actuality, no matter where you go, it's going to be fucked up. You know, like I said, and if you're running away from problems, you might run into a problem, but that problem is situated in that particular country that you travel into, and you might not even know it because you don't even keep up with the news, the politics, or what's going on. You just experience it firsthand, blindfolded, which really fucks you up because you wasn't really prepared for that. But that's just how my life is. You know, I live my life as if I was back home, so I'm doing the same exact shit back home, just in another country, in a new setting. That's all. And when it comes to a lot of people talk about crime and safety, yeah, Colombia's fucked up. It's a lot of crime here too. But what kind of crime we talking about? You know, the crimes, as I mentioned in many videos, that happen in one country do not happen in the next country. So it's different types of crime. Can you avoid it? That's a good question. I would say no. You know, you never could be prepared for the unexpected. Motherfuckers don't even get that. You never know what could happen, especially in a different country. You like a baby in a different country. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen. It has nothing to do with your fucking muscles, how big you are, how tall you are, how shorter the people are in that particular country you're going to. They don't care about none of that shit. If you're a criminal, you're going to do whatever it takes to take that person down to get whatever the fuck they have that you need or want. That's how a criminal think. No matter what country you go to, it's the same shit. So, and it's even worse because now you're in another country. You're not in the U.S. no more. So if you like myself, you got a gun, you can't use it because you can't take your gun from the U.S. to Colombia or to whatever country you're in. So again, you're like a baby. Expect the unexpected. You never know when it's going to go down. So again, yes, it's very dangerous, you know. But all you can do is just try the best as you can in this new environment you're not from, because you can't forget that either. You're not from here, and since you're not from here and it may be your first time coming and you're just blindfolded, as I keep mentioning, you might think that you're invincible, nothing can happen to you, not realizing that people here get robbed, things happen here to people. So why would criminals exclude your dumb ass out of the equation of robbing your stupid ass just because you from a different country, you speak a different language? They don't care about none of that shit. Like I mentioned also in a lot of videos, the most dangerous country is the country that's next to here, which is Brazil. And when I go to Brazil, I'll start talking more about that. But sometimes when you're traveling, like myself, I want to know the good and the bad. You know, you can show me all the good you want, but deep down I know it's some bad shit that goes on in that country. It could be racial, it could be anything, but it's some bad shit that goes down in all countries. There's no such thing as a perfect country, and if you running away from problems, you're going to run into new problems in that new country that you're not from. So always keep that in mind. You know, the countries that you do travel to that you may tend to like because you visited many times and you haven't had a problem as of yet, just know that one day you could have a problem. So be prepared for that, and don't put the whole country down just because you have that one particular incident in one city. Because most people that travel to a particular country, they keep going back to the same fucking city. They never explore the other cities that that country have to offer. So when some bad shit happen in that one particular country that they love, that they keep repeating, they just say, fuck it, I'm not going to go back to that country at all. And it could have been about like maybe 10 years that this person has traveled to only one city in that country. And when they do experience that bad thing that happened to them, they just shut the whole country down after 10 years of just only visiting one city or one or two cities. Wow, that's a lot. It's not a lot. If you like that country that much, try to get as much info as you can on not just that city, but different cities within that country, cities next to the city that you love so much. And also, if you're planning to live in that country and they don't speak English, try your best to learn that country's local language so you can communicate with the people. And this only applies to people that are serious when it comes to moving to another country and you planning to live there the rest of your life, because whatever the reason is, you will be currently living in a new environment that has a new language that you have to learn in order to order food, say something happened, you need to explain something. And this all falls back to learning that country's particular local language. Unless that country, they speak English. If they don't, I suggest do that. And I'm going to end the video right here. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. If you have any comments, put those down in the comment section below. And until next time, peace out.